you don't have to knock. You spend more time in my room than you do in your own anyway, remember? You have the disposition of someone like a criminal who's been convicted of several felonies. What's bothering you? You really expect me to believe that? What, you don't believe me? I find it difficult to understand why on earth you think that I would. First of all, you're my brother. And not only are you my brother, but you're my twin brother. You're like my copy of Pride and Prejudice. We spend so much time together, so I have no choice but to know you like the back of my hand. And even if we weren't of any relation to each other, I would find you just as transparent. You lack the finesse and the poker face of a frequent liar. And your scarlet ears give you away every time. Don't act so offended, we both know it's true. But that's beside the point. Will you please just tell me what's bothering you? Come on, out with it. Adeline. Is she the girl that you brought home for dinner just the other night? You know, the one that wasn't intimidated by her parents' attitudes? Yeah, I remember her. Why do you want to know? Yeah, you should totally take her to prom. I think you guys would be the greatest couple to ever grace the hallways of Polesville High School. Absolute fact. I think you guys would have a great time. Just imagine it. And ask you will. I'm happy for you. What? What did you just say? Well, it sounded like you asked me, of all people, if I was looking for a bae. Well, the answer is no. I'm not. There's no one. Why do you find that so hard to believe? Well, yeah, I do take pride in my intelligence, and I suppose some might find short people attractive, but pretty? I'm not pretty, Jonathan. Well, good to know my brother thinks I'm pretty, but I'm sure no one else does. Well, I say that due to the fact that no one really sees me past you. Not many of our peers know who I am, and even if they do, it's because of you. Not that I resent you for it. Being a socialite is your way of getting by, and immersing myself neck-deep in stories is mine. That in itself is most likely the reason why Oliver won't even look at me. I didn't mean to say that. Ugh. This is why I didn't want to tell you. I can see it in your face. You want to know more, and truthfully, I'm not even quite ready to acknowledge the fact that we exist in the same dimension. No, I don't want to tell you how I feel about him. Stop saying his name. No, he is not Voldemort. Don't Katarina me. This is not just like what I was doing earlier. That was me trying to make you feel better, and that was successful. If I talk about this, then I'll just end up feeling quite sorry for myself, so no thanks. Well, I'd feel sorry for myself because talking about it would just remind me of how far gone I am from him, even though we barely speak. But I see him every day, and sometimes I swear that my hands just twitch involuntarily. It feels like an almost needy, desperate ache to just make that push forward and initiate some sort of skin-to-skin contact and make my heart stop trying to jump out of my chest. It kind of feels like I'm going into cardiac arrest sometimes, you know? My breath kind of halts in the middle of my windpipe, and in the rare instance that we do actually make eye contact, I have to remind myself that no, I'm not happily drowning in his irises, but that I'm actually standing in the middle of the science wing, looking like an imbecile. Sorry, I didn't mean to unload all of that on you. Yeah, I know I can tell you anything, and I love you for it. But I think that this is something that I'm going to have to just figure out